to Saturday Okun. Keeps it in play. Ufere, Jonathan Aluku makes his run. It's a good pass to him. Struggles to stay on his feet, but he gets it nonetheless. Jonathan, away from his marker, crossing into the area. There's a header from Rivio. It's gone in! Sporting Lagos score your first goal of the Nigerian Premier Football League season. It is Rivio Ayebwe that gets the goal for Sporting Lagos. That's the moment they've waited for. They've worked so hard for it. He runs towards his coach to give him a big hug. And the fans will celebrate because they've totally dominated his half. But they kept knocking on the door. You felt at some point the cookie was going to crack. Eventually he did then. Jonathan Aluku provided a cross. And the header from Rivio was soft, but into the ground, into the far corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. And what a historic page that has been turned here.
That was a beautiful goal from Sporting Lagos. Their first time in the MPFL, that is Nigerian Premier Football League, as it's called right now. And for Sporting Lagos, it was a team that was formed just 2022, and they played in the NNL. And right now, they got promoted to the MPFL, and they won their first game. Their match they won against Gombe United. 2-0 it ended in favor of them right there at the Unicon Stadium in Lagos. On that note, I will be welcoming you to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Earlier on, you saw some beautiful sights of the volleyball game played at the National Youth Games in Delta State, Nigeria. As you know, that we will be having the National League, that's Division 1 and 2 for the male and female. That is the men and women National 1, Division 1 and 2. That will be 7 up on Thursday, and when we say Thursday, you know we're talking about through Thursday, 5th October 2023. That is the National Division 1 and 2. We be 7 off, and as you speak, some players were gotten at the just concluded the National Youth Games, where they will be playing for a lot of teams. We have almost for the male and female teams that will be participating. We have 11 men's team that will battle in Division 1, that is in Division 2, I beg your pardon. The teams, we have the Adamawa Strikers, we have Ajeshe Ipo, we have Imo Strikers, we have Life Camp Volleyball Club, that is in Abuja here, we have NAF Rockets, we have Ninja Brass, we have Olalomi Royal, we have Oluyole Spikers, and then we have Sword FC of Benue, and then Safety Spikers and Udogu Spikers. All of them will be playing in Division 1 for the men. And then for the ladies, we have teams like we have the Spikers, we have Jing Rank of Kachia, we have Chief of Naval Staff, that is CNS team, we have Olalomi Royal VC, we have Imo Spikers also, NAF Rockets in the women's category. You know, the NAF Rockets, they have both the male and then the female team. Sword VC, that is Sword Volleyball Club of Benue State. We have Safety Spikers, we have Udogu Spikers. When we say Safety Spikers, is the road safety team. NAF Rockets, you know, that is the Nigerian, that is the naval team, the naval force team. That's NAF Rockets, as they are called. They have for the male and female, and they also have this time around. We are not going to see the Coas Spikers there, but we have the Correctional Service, we have Kwara United, we have Usem of Enugu team, that is for the women category. We have Chief of Naval Staff, as you all know, CNS Spikers will also be playing, and then the G rank of Kachia will be there. And for the men's team, a lot of strong names, the likes of Ajashe Ikbo. Ajashe Ikbo will be playing there, and then Imo Spikers, Life Camp VC. All we need to do, we just have to support our own, that's the Life Camp VC Volleyball Club. that will be participating in this Division 1 and 2 for both male and female. Like I said, it will be serving off on Thursday right there at the Ahmadu Bello, that is in Kaduna, Ahmadu Bello University ground, where this Division 1 and 2 for male and female will be ongoing. And for the Nigerian Volleyball Federation, it's been a fantastic one. They've been doing well. And also for the Division 2, it's going to be the male final. That is where they are going to wrap it up for the male final, and the female final, the female competition will continue also at the Ahmadu Bello ground in Kaduna State. But a good one coming in for the Nigerian Volleyball Federation, because this is a federation that has been turning out events upon events. They've been grinding out events. They've been putting up, organizing events, tournaments to keep the volleyball players in the country busy, and to also keep the coaches busy. At some point, they organized a coaching course for all of the volleyball coaches, and it's in fact a very smart move, and we saw the dividend of that when our under-21 team went to Rwanda and conquered Africa and came back with that giant trophy. And it was a very beautiful one for our under-21 ladies that went outside of these shores of this country and brought back glory and brought back medal to us. So to tell you the truth, the NVBF, that is Nigerian Volleyball Federation, have been doing well. They've been doing well. If I want to score them, I think I'll give them 100 over 100, because Engineer Musa Nimrod, who is the president of that federation, knows what volleyball what volleyball is all about, and he knows what it takes to actually have a volleyball team. So organizing competition is not easy, and that federation has been doing well for themselves, for the players, for the coaches, and for Nigerian at large. And from these competitions that are being put together, players are being selected and scouted to join the national team. We have the under-21 for the male and female. We have also the under-19 for male and female. We have the junior teams. We have the senior team. So a lot is going on with the Nigerian Volleyball Federation. So congratulations and kudos to all those who are the helm of affairs, from Engineer Musa Nimrod down to every other person that is at the helm of affairs of the Nigerian Volleyball Federation, for putting up a very good show. And now the league is going to serve off on Thursday. So let's see who will be crowned the male champion, and that is in Division 2 for male champion 2023. Let's see who wins it this time around. And for the Division 1 male and female, well, they are going to be slugging it out. Who wins, who will be crowned champion of Division 1 male and female 2023. Okay, let's leave that story and talk about administrative way of sports in Nigeria right now. But this time around, we'll be leaving volleyball and talk about administrative pattern in football. Now, the NPFL, they are the organizers of our league, that is Nigerian Premier League organizers, says they are going to be doing what is called random test for all of the players. You know, they are looking for a way to stamp out doping in Nigerian football, and that is why they have introduced a random dope test for players. So this is a good one, a welcome development for our league, and for the players also. This at least will put them on their toes. A lot of them who want or maybe have been engaging in doping, with this step right now, is going to actually put a stop to it and push them back, because doping is one thing that is not, taking drugs for sport is not a good thing at all, and at some point it's going to affect you as a person, and it doesn't make the sport clean. You need to come clean when it comes to sports. Taking drugs will not help you as an actor or an actress in sports, and then as a player, taking drugs will only just give you energy at the moment, will make you to be physically fit. You can run in fact 220 minutes on the pitch of play, you will not be tired. But at the end of the day, at some point, the result will set in, and it's a very smart move and a welcome development from the NPFL organizers by saying they'll be doing what is called a random dope test for all of the NPFL players, not just the NPFL alone. I think this should be translated to the Division 2, Division 1, and then the nationwide league. That is the Nigerian National League, NNL, and then the nationwide league. Also, not in fact, it should also go to the women's football. That is the Nigerian Women's Football League, NWFL. They should also be tested, not just their male counterpart alone. They should also take it. The NWFL organizers should also look inward and borrow this idea from the NPFL organizers to also test these ladies who are playing football in Nigeria, and which is going to be a very good one. At the end of the day, we are going to see all our footballers playing very well without the help of drugs. So kudos, thumbs up to the NPFL organizers by taking this very, very good step by making sure that all of the NPFL players are tested to see if they are clean or to see if they are free from drugs, and which, like I said from the onset, is going to put all of these players on their toes. Is going to make sure that they come clean whenever they are in action for their various club side. I don't know if my guest all the way from Plateau State is ready, and Abba Michael, okay, he's not ready yet. Let's go on and see if he will join us before the end of the show. Okay, let's leave the NPFL and go straight to the EPL, where another Super Eagles player right now, probably a defender now, that is Olaino, has scooped the Nottingham Forest Player of the Month award. The last time it was Taiwo Awoniyi, and now it is Olaino, who was fantastic for the Forest team in September, and it's actually a good one that all our players are scooping this award in their various clubs. And for all I know, is a fantastic player. After some times not getting called up to the Super Eagles team, the last time out we played in Uyo, he was called up for that game against Sao Tome and Principe, and now the game against Saudi Arabia, the friendlies that will be playing later this month, has also gotten an invite from Jose Pizarro. Olaino is a fantastic player, a former Chelsea player from Chelsea. He went to Italy, he played with Torino, and now he's now playing. He came back to England and playing with Taiwo Awoniyi in Nottingham Forest, which is actually a good one for Olaino, winning the Player of the Month. The August Player of the Month award was Taiwo Awoniyi, and now Olaino has dethroned him and then taken over from Taiwo Awoniyi, who also, even last month, Taiwo Awoniyi was fantastic. He was also instrumental to all of their league games in September. That is Taiwo Awoniyi. But for Olaino, his work rate in September was a top-notch, a very fantastic one. He was instrumental in all of their games, most especially the game against Manchester City. His tackles were top-notch. He was able to help his team not to concede more than the 2 goals they conceded at Etihad again in the hands of Manchester City. Okay, we have Abba Michael joining us live from Plateau State. All right, Abba Michael, quickly, we talked about the first story was the volleyball Division 1 and 2. That will be 7th on Thursday, that is tomorrow precisely, in Kaduna State, and is a fantastic one from the Nigerian Volleyball Federation.
I mean, kudos must be given to the technical director, Martins Meladi. The Volleyball Federation seems to even be more organized than the Football Federation. I mean, the volleyball have fewer logistic issues. When it comes to football, there's this issue of postponement, disagreement, but the volleyball seems to have a stronger synergy, and I think the NFF need to borrow a leaf from the Volleyball Federation. Their ability to organize is much, much enviable. And I think it's a good one for our volleyball, and the awareness of volleyball has spanned wide across the nation. And I think that is a very good one, at least to deviate from the popular football.
Okay, okay. Moving on to the next story, I talked about the MPFL introducing that is the Nigerian Premier Football League organizers. Now they have introduced random dope tests for the players. I think the coaches should be included in this one. What's your take?
Well, they may not need to include the coaches because they are not on the pitch of play. But the players, these things happen mostly to athletes. I mean, those doing track and field. They storm them 3 a.m., they storm them 6 a.m. Sometimes they will be on duty, traveling somewhere. They will say, where are you? Want to come and take your blood test or your urine sample. This is what has been happening to athletes of the track and field. But then footballers seems to be ignored. Most people don't bring this to the football pitch. And I think it's a welcome idea. They've gotten test kits from the UK. And I think if they bring this in, our athletes will come clean. You'll be wondering why an athlete should be performing very well when he's at home, and then when he gets called up abroad, he goes there and starts playing rubbish. You could attribute it to these drugs that they are taking. But if we can clean them from here, let them rely on their natural strength, by the time they leave this country for greener pastures, they will be able to replicate their performances outside.
Yes, they'll be able to replicate their performances outside. Okay, we were on the story where Olaino has scooped the September Player of the Month award for Nottingham Forest. The last time out, it was Taiwo Awoniyi, and now Olaino, the second Nigerian in that team to win the award for September.
Yes, of course. I mean, both of them are the shining lights of the Super Eagles. When you are a Super Eagles regular, we expect to see you hog the headlines every weekend in the leagues where you play. And Olaino, and of course Taiwo Awoniyi, Victor Osimhen, these are the athletes. We need to see more of our Nigerian footballers emerging player of the month. I mean, we are happy with Victor Boniface doing a great job, but we need to see not only our strikers, but we want to see our midfielders making waves in the leagues where they are applying their trade. That would, when the coaches make their selection, nobody will say, but this player is informed, this player is not informed. How do we know when you are informed? It is when you are winning player of the month, hogging headlines for good performances week in, week out. And that's what we expect from the rest of our Nigerian players. They should borrow a leaf from our Nottingham Forest duo.
Yes, they should borrow a leaf from our Nottingham Forest duo of Taiwo Awoniyi and Olaino, two Nigerians winning the Player of the Month award in Nottingham Forest back to back. We are still staying in Europe, but this time around, let's talk some Champions League football as we speak. Some games are ongoing. Okay, let's quickly have the fixtures in Group G. We have Red Star Belgrade against Young Boys. How young would they be against Red Star Belgrade? And RB Leipzig will be tackling Manchester City. Now, this game, let's quickly talk about Leipzig against Manchester City, Michael. This is a team, these two sides face each other in last season Champions League, and this time around, they will be meeting again. What's your take in this particular game?
Well, to be honest with you, Manchester City, I wonder how they won that last year's Champions League, because away, I think they've only won 2 of their last 10 Champions League games away. And of course, Leipzig, the whole of this season, they've played 9 games and they have managed to draw only 1 against Bayern Munich last weekend, 2-2. So Leipzig are in the best form of their lives. If Manchester City play the way they play against Wolves during the weekend, I mean, Leipzig will steal this one from Man City. So Man City really needs to sit up in this fixture.
Okay, Man City really need to sit up in this fixture. As we speak, Red Star Belgrade against Young Boys, and RB Leipzig will tackle Manchester City. As we speak, some games are ongoing in the Uefa Champions League. Okay, let's go straight to Group H. The last group of the UEFA Champions League. We now have a Royal Antwerp. In fact, right now taking on Shakhtar Donetsk, a team from Ukraine, and then FC Porto will take on Barcelona later tonight, 8 p.m. precisely, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Now, Porto, Barcelona, quickly, Abba Michael.
Yes, I mean, both of them won their first games easily. Both of them are on 3 points. I mean, it's going to take place. This match will take place at the El Dragao Stadium. I mean, Barcelona have to really, really sit up because a team that has won their first Champions League game, and then now they are facing up with Barca. Yes, Barca has been doing well, both in the domestic and the UCL, but Porto is not a pushover. Porto is not a put-off. That's a team that Barca has to come. Thank God they have Joao Felix. I mean, they have this young star, and of course Lewandowski. I think they have enough firepower to get this done.
Okay, they have enough firepower to get it done. As we speak, Royal Antwerp is taking on Shakhtar Donetsk. That game is ongoing. It's still in the first half of that particular game. Okay, but Michael, thanks for your time on the show Sports Update.
Yeah, any day, anytime. Sports Senator, you're the best.
All right, that is it on Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks for watching.
Thank God. We're able to run the second.